Well, good morning everyone. It's Richard here, and welcome back to episode 5 of Sunshine's Carburetor. Now, it's a month ago since we last uploaded a video, get my teeth in, and the weather in the UK is doing what the weather in the UK always does, and that is being very cold and that. But I understand from the forecast we've got some really nice weather coming over the weekend, but it's dry today. So a month ago, if you remember, I had trouble with the cabling because the accelerator cable was the wrong size. But I'm happy to report today that, and not only do we have the right size cable, because it was just about 2 inches too short, which after all that tickling to get it through the port, we've got the right one. But also Craig is coming back today because he's had a bit of an update from a guy that he knows that I contacted regarding the carb, because he reckons the carburetor needs to be balanced. So I contacted a chap called Ian, and I forget the company. If I remember, I'll put it at the bottom there, because he's a really good expert, lovely chap. Chatted to me for quite a while about what he thought needs to happen, and he said he was happy to talk to Craig about that, and that then Craig could come and fix the van for me, fix the carburetor. So that's the plan today, to put the new cable on, to get the carburetor balanced and get the van moving again, because it hasn't shifted from this space for about 2 months at minimum. So although I have turned the engine over just to make sure everything's okay, there's other things that we need to do, and they are the things that I showed on the last video, which was fits the new plug kit, fit the bit of hose, just to finish off that bit of hose, the fuel line hose that we need to do between the pump and the line itself. I've bought a new coil, so that's another one. I've got a new electronic distributor, which I've said all these things before, I'm just reminding you what I've got here. And also, what else have we got in here? Some new plugs as well, some new spark plugs as well. So Sunshine is going to have an update basically of all these things. What else have we got in here? Oh, they're the old ones. Oh, that's the bits that go in the seals. And also, finally, we'll fit the new pancake, I think that's what it's called, air filter that I bought on a Facebook marketplace for 15 quid. So these are the things that will come up the line, hopefully, when he gets here today. And then we will be in the know. On a more sad note, Mondi, my Mondeo, is in at Haynes Ford Garage today, early start, because the last few weeks when I've been working in Tunbridge and also in Greenwich, Greenwich at Medway, I've been doing some work at the university there, there's been some problem with this power steering. You suddenly drive along and all of a sudden it feels like the wheels aren't connected to the steering wheel. Now that cause of that, when I'm doing some research on Google, can be due to the fact that the pump, the power steering pump, may not be working properly, and some other bits may be the alignment of the wheels. But it's a really unnerving sensation, because you're driving along and it's always about 60 miles an hour, and then it's like somebody's gone like that, like somebody's actually taken the sort of feeling of the wheel when you get it's weighted, isn't it, the wheel? I think that's what I'm trying to say. And when it's not there properly, it feels very unnerving. Did it coming down Bluebell Hill in Maidstone yesterday, coming back from work, and did it on the right hand side. So it used to be when I was turning left, this time it was when I was turning right. So clearly something's not right. So I took it into the garage after speaking to them. It's also there for an airbag update, because Mr. Ford wrote to me and said that there may need to change the airbag in this particular model. This is the Ford Mondeo and 2016 model, and you might need to change it. So they're doing that free of charge. So I said, would you look at the power steering for me? And they said yes, they would. So I think it's £168 for the assessment. Quite expensive really, but I want it fixed, so it might be need to stay there overnight. I don't know. They're going to let me know later today. So I was there really early this morning. There about just after 7:15. I think I got there, and I got a cab back, so home. So that's what's happening today. So I'm hoping to take you along. I'll see what Craig feels about being on camera, because I have to ask him first of all, and if there's an update, then I'll give you that update. But until then, stay tuned. That was successful, wasn't it? What's that on? So you can see here we've got the new coil. Here it is. We've got the new leads. And we've got the new air filter here as well, and then the new fuel lines here. One of these, this one here I think it is. So I'm going to now see if I can start the van up with you there, and take it from there, as it were. So hold fire. Right. Bear with me while I do a bit of hickory pokery. Oh, switch the battery on, really helpful. Let's put the battery on. Isolator. Well, as you can see, we're not getting very far with the idling, and I think it needs this is work in progress. So this is what we had on Friday when I was here. It was sunshine would get going, and then all of a sudden it would just peter out. And I've been running it for about 10 minutes now. It's hot, the engine's hot, but there's still some adjustments needed. So I think what we do, I'll wrap up this video here. Thank you for watching. Do subscribe, and don't forget to push the like button so you know next time when we do part 6, episode 6. And if you've got any comments or any suggestions that you think might help me and Craig, who's the mechanic, I'll go back to Barkways, Ian at Barkways, and see what the alternative would be, to change the carburettor, which I've got a spare, if that may help, because the tolerances on the throttle seem to be quite tight, as I mentioned earlier. But anyway, look forward to seeing you all very soon. You take care, and bye for now. Well, welcome back everybody, it's Richard here, and I just thought I'd give you a quick update following the outro on this video, and just to let you know that I've come to the decision that the engine needs some extra work on it. As I said, it was work in progress. This is a wonderful day today. The weather in the UK is really doing some strange stuff. It's really warm this afternoon. I'm in t-shirt and shorts again. Anyway, I've engaged and commissioned a garage just near where I live called Red Oak Garage, which is the bottom of Buckland Hill and in Maidstone, and they look after vintage cars basically as well. I just found them by chance. I think James had used them once for his one of his cars he had. Anyway, the very nice guy there said yes, they could actually look at it for me. They think they know what the problem is with the timing and whatever, so fine. No disrespect to Craig, he did a really good job, but I just need it fixed, and so they're going to look at it, and it's going to be done next week after next, after the bank holiday, so that's good news. And then I've engaged with a transport company called Bailey Grove Transport, which are Maidstone based, and they're going to he's going to transport the Sunshine on the back of his vehicle, which is one of those low loader things, and take it down there, so I'll be following along behind. The sad news is that there was Ian from Barkways recommended a Orchard View garage in Yalding, and they've never returned my call. I've phoned them a few times, left a message with the lady on reception. Ian recommended this guy because he said he'd be, he knows all about, he's the old school, knows what is going to happen. Plus another transport company in Maidstone, which I left a message, nobody comes back to. So, if you know Orchard View Garage in Yalding, if you happen to know that, I'd be really interested to know why they never return my call, because they've got a reputation to keep. So, but I have found somewhere locally now, so we're almost there. But it's a bit sad when you go, wanting to, get a recommendation from somebody, and on that basis. But anyway, so we have a plan. The plan is that Sunshine is going to be looked at by Red Oak Garage, and I'll give you an update when that happens. Also, Mondi, there's a bit of an update there, because there was a recommendation that came over the steering issue. Do you remember I talked about that? They checked the car out. They could find absolutely nothing wrong with the steering. Everything is fine. Tracking, everything is fine. They'd had it, my chief technician had it in, but it's still doing it. And so I've started to make a log, a time, date, where I am, and the speed I'm going, because it always seems to be about 50 to 60 miles an hour. So it might be a sensor on the wheels which then informs the power steering how light or how heavy to make it. I think there's something going on there. So, but they did recommend that the cam belt needs changing, because it's normally every 6 years on the year of Mondeo, or so many thousand miles. Well, he's only done 35,000 miles. So I said, look, we had the cam belt done, because if the cam belt breaks, that's it. That's toast, no more car. The engine will get knackered. And also they asked whether I wanted to have the water pump done, which is on the same pulley system. I said yes, go ahead of that. So that's going to be £730 to do, which is money well invested, because since I've had him, very little has been spent on maintenance, repairs at all. It's all been service stuff, which has been fine. So I'm happy for that. So he's going in this week, being today's the 16th, so he's going in for 2 days to Haynes Ford of Maidstone, and they're going to be working on then. So I'm really looking forward to that. So yeah, it's worth doing. Anyway, I just thought I'd give you a quick update, and I'll see you on the next one, and see where we are. Take care. All the best. Bye for now.